Welcome back. We are here on the Feed the Beast AU server, and I've been busy. I have been a busy little beaver. Oh yes. Um, so been doing a little bit of farming, and yeah, I'm just going to touch on this briefly, but yeah, this is part of magical crops. And as you can see here, I've got some iron crops, lapis crops, cowl soul, gold, essence. This is the good stuff right there. Copper, glowstone, tin, ghast. I've been pretty busy, guys. But that's not what we're going to worry about today. Today we are going to take a step towards getting some serious mystcraft pages. So if I go in here and I come into my golden bag of holding, so I've made some safari nets. Now, the recipe for these guys, let's just, the recipe for this is gas tier and 4 ender pearls. Now, probably wondering, Dev, you got 10 there in the thing, and you've got 9 there in your bag. How? Well, 7 of them were bought from a villager. The rest actually came from these soul crops, these guys, and just out of pure fun. When you harvest these guys, yeah, they have issues. It's fun to do those guys. So yeah, I'm in the process of trying to get lots and lots and lots of seeds for all of these. But basically, with these essences that you get from the different plants, you take, and in this case for gas, you put it in this shape and you get a gas tier. 6 of them. Now, if you do something like this, you end up with some XP bottles, which is pretty good too. But that's how I got. That's how I ended up with so many of the reusable safari nets, without going to the nether and getting an actual ghast. But anyway, I digress slightly. So we've got some safari nets. We got some of this iron tank. We've got an iron chest, some stone, some redstone, some quartz. You're probably thinking, Dev, what exactly do you have up your sleeve here? I'm going to need some of that as well, so we might as well put that in there. And basically what I'm going to do is we're going to go over to the village, and we're going to set up the iron tank, and we're going to set up a smeltery. And as you can see, I've made some additional seared bricks here, so let's go ahead and grab those, and we'll put them in here like so. And basically we're going to set it up so that we can get lots and lots and lots of emeralds, and then basically after that we will start buying the pages from the villager. And if he runs out, well, then we'll just kill him and find a new one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get set up over there by the village, and I will bring you back after there's a little bit more progress. I will see you over there. Okay, we are here at the village. Village, yeah. and we have set up a small iron tank. And as always, I put a valve at the bottom. I also have a valve at the top and here in the back. Now, whenever I set up one of these tanks, I always put a valve at the bottom to be the first valve in the tank, because the first valve you put into the tank is the one that actually holds the data of what liquid's in it. And so long as you don't break that valve, you can break any part of the tank and it will remain keeping the liquid. So it's just a practice that I do. As far as the size, this is holding 576 buckets of whatever I put in here. I think that's going to be enough, being that it's going to be liquid emeralds. How many emeralds that is, I don't know, but I think that's going to be good for now. Put the iron chest down, put everything into it, put my crafting station down. For those that don't know, if you take a workbench, crafting bench, whatever, and then craft it, so you just put it in here into your 2x2 crafting, you will get this thing. Now this thing is great because if you put a regular chest next to it, hello. Yeah. So now we're going to make our smeltery. Not going to bore you with that, so we'll just jump cut to that like so. Ta-da! Alright, so now we have our smeltery. It is constructed. It is much larger than the one I've got. As you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 tall. Slightly different configuration, but oops. That's where we will put our lava. Over here we have 2 basins, 3 drains, and a table. And like I said, we have some ladder just come up here, and there we go. Now, all we need to do is hook these guys up. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dev, how do you do that? Well, not like that. Haha. Alright, so I do need a drain here. And that's fine. I've got plenty of the stuff left. So we just need to make a drain real quick. Put that away. Drop that in there. Now, there we go. Then we just hit it with a wrench. And the other thing we'll need to do is make some levers, which I did not bring. Anyway, so that is stage 1, stage 2, and now stage 3 is to find our villagers, so we can put them in there. Now what we're going to do, now before anybody gets all bent out of shape, here, I just place this right down. There we go. See that? Yeah, that's the kind of guy I am. Because, yeah, I do care about the villagers. I really do. I don't want them to die. So, we're going to make sure that they don't die. But they're going to give us lots and lots of emeralds. Now, the other thing we're going to need to do is make a clock. And I have got to get rid of... I had turned... yeah. So I turned particles back on. Because of the seeds. I named this golden thing. This thing right here, this watering can, it's actually a pretty nifty little thing. So you're not going to be able to see it because I just turned the particles down, but it's actually watering this. At least I think, yep, there it is. I'm pushing forward, I'm going sideways, and as you can see, it grew. Basically, this does a 3 by 30 area, and it makes the ground do a tick, which speeds up plant growth. And it works on the magical crops. Bone meal does not work on the magical crops, at least not those that are down there, that I'm working on. But when I first built this and started using it, I couldn't see the particles, same as right now, because I had turned them off. When I put them back up, you actually see that it's doing a 3 by 3 area. So yeah, that's why the big particles were back on. Anyway, so we can put that away. We'll keep those. And yeah, we'll put this away too. Oh, there's... Oh well. Anyway, so we need to make a clock. And the reason I want to make a clock is this actually drains faster. And I really want to turn that back off. At least while I'm over here by the regen thing. This will actually drain faster than the emeralds will be made. And we don't want to do that because then it'll try to drain the metal that we're going to use to hurt the villagers. So let me go through the villagers that we have caught and find villagers that we don't want so we can put them in there. And I'll bring you right back. Alrighty then. Yeah, that took a little longer than I expected. We had to go back to the village, to the house, and make a few more safari nets. So I got 16 villagers here that I am okay with melting. Then we have these villagers. These are, I would say, unique villagers. Probably added by all the different mods. So they offer additional things. Some is Thaumcraft, some is Mist. No, those aren't the mystcraft ones. Some is Tinker's Construct. Some is a few that I don't even recognize. So they're all one-offs. These guys are just your normal villagers. You know, the guy offering bread, wheat, bookshelves, those kind of guys. I delivered all of the beekeeping guys to Lady. And then here we have 3 guys that are mystcraft. So we are going to guard those 3 with our life. We do not want them to have anything bad happen to them. Now, I picked that up because it turned out that a couple of the guys that we had captured, when you hover over the safari nets, you can see that they have a health here, and a couple of them were injured. So I came up, grabbed that, planted it down, healed them up, because, yeah, that's the kind of guy I am, really. Alright, so for these guys, we are just going to release them here into the wild. And it's not really the wild, it's the smeltery. So let's go ahead and get this taken care of, and I'll bring you back. Alright, there we go. Now, there is one guy, this guy right here, that looks like Elvis. Whoa-ho, hello! These guys drew him out. He is drooling over these guys. Anyway, this guy here, he looks like Elvis. He wants, like... Oh, I gotta turn the volume down. Options. Alright, there we go. Anyway, I included him in the, he can be melted, aspect of it because, yeah, I don't need to spend, emeralds to get a jukebox. I just really don't. Uh, so yeah, he's up for grabs as far as melting. Don't know what else he might offer, but at this point, I'm not really concerned about it. And where did this guy go? And I'm guessing they're coming out of the rogue dungeon. I do not want your damn rotted meat. So let's... We got planks. Here we go. Let's go ahead and seal this up. And I'll let Lady know that I did this and why. But that way they're just not coming out of here during the day. Alright, so that's that. So now I need to devise a clock. Because this can be turned on and off with redstone. Right now this would not pull out, and that would. So that's how that works. Same goes here. And that can actually be done for these as well. But it's just as easy for something like this to just hit the faucet. So let me see what it would take to make up a timer. See if the timers are actually still in the game. And I will bring you back. Alright, just a quick update. They are in the game still. It's under Project Red now. The Red Wire, which used to be Red Power, is now Project Red. Some of the recipes have slightly changed, but the timer is still here, and the way to make it is pretty much the same. Gonna need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 10 of those. We get 2. Oh, this stuff. Yeah, so the was messing around with the uses of the essence dust, and apparently you can add it to coal, and it's way more useful. This is the lowest tier, which is 2 of the essence dust added to 1 piece of coal will give you this. And it will smelt down 32 items in a regular furnace. Not bad. Not bad at all. And there's if 4 tiers higher as far as the coal is concerned. So I'm guessing you're looking at a lot more smelting potential. But anyway, I'm going to make this stuff, and I will bring you back in a little bit. Alright, we are ready to fire this thing up, I think. So, up here, we have our timer, and it's got a nice little interface now. When you hover over it, it gets this extra information that pops up, which I really like. Now, I don't know if this is going to work or not. And I think what I want is I want to put this behind it so we can actually turn it off. I want to build up some of the liquid emerald. So we'll shut this off, and we're going to melt down. Oh, we are not going to melt down because we don't have any lava. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so as soon as I put this in here, it's going to start melting down the dark iron, or maybe it's not. Dark iron maybe can't be melted there. Alrighty then. So I wanted to use the dark iron because it wasn't something that I was going to use a lot of. But we'll use the copper. There we go, it's melting. And, whoops, got my jetpack on. Fast travel and all. So once that becomes liquid, they will start to take some damage. And that's when the emeralds start to come in. Then they'll get healed by the regen. And they actually will be fully healed before they take damage a second time. Now what I don't know is if that pulse is long enough to pull out enough of the emeralds. So we're going to let a little bit of emerald get stored up before we kick it on. And should be happening any moment. And there we go. Alright, so now they're going to start taking some damage. They're going to take some damage. Why are they not taking damage? Because I broke the spell tree. Okay, so what that was all about is there is a glitch with the smelteries that if you create a smeltery and then you break it and recreate it, it can potentially not actually harm entities in it. Now I've completely torn it down and rebuilt it, and I'm hoping that that will work and that I don't actually have to relocate it. We're about to find out. And there's my answer. So they are taking damage, and this is why we're doing 16. It does 1 emerald exactly. So that is working, and as you can see, they are completely healing. So let's go ahead and flip this on. And see if that... No, it's not pulling it out quick enough. So let's drop that to 1 second. 13.6, 13.9. It needs to go down just a little bit quicker. 15.1, 15.1. I believe that is where it needs to be. All right. And then over here, now this won't tell us how many ingots it is or emeralds. So this actually tells you how many emeralds it is. This tank won't. you just do this. And we can actually leave that on. It'll fill up. And then it'll solidify. We can pop it out and it just fills up again. And there is our infinite emeralds so that we can buy infinite pages of mystcraft. Excellent. Excellent. Alright guys, well, it took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take, but it's set up, and I will call it an end here. Probably have to cut out a lot of the nasty stuff that happened. Yeah, and this guy, for some reason, once I bought him out, didn't get a new trade. I don't know why. He might end up finding himself on the working side of this thing without any generation on it. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time.